Hi guys, Dr. Rob Barrington here with some more nutrition advice. I'd like to talk today about the branched chain amino acids and why the branched chain amino acids, when we take them as a supplement, can actually help muscle building efforts. The best place to start is a description of a branched chain amino acid. What are the branched chain amino acids? Why are they important? Well, the branched chain amino acids are essential amino acids, which means they can't be synthesized by humans. We have to obtain them from our diet. They're called branched chain amino acids because their R group, which is a variable group that all amino acids have, it has a branch in it, and therefore they get their name from that branch. And the three essential amino acids that are branched chain amino acids are leucine, isoleucine, and valine. Now, skeletal muscle is made up of protein, obviously, and a large portion of that protein in humans and other animals, it comprises of the branched chain amino acids. So the branched chain amino acids are essential amino acids that are concentrated in skeletal muscle. Now, that means that if we want to increase the amount of branched chain amino acids in our diet, we have to eat the skeletal muscle of other animals. And that is what meat is. Meat is the skeletal muscle of the animals that we kill and eat. So we can increase the amount of branched chain amino acids in our diet naturally. However, we can increase the amount of branched chain amino acids in our diet much more if we take supplements of branched chain amino acids. Now, why would we want to take in supplementary branched chain amino acids? Well, there are two main reasons to do with exercise performance. The first reason is to do with endurance exercise. There is some evidence that during intense exercise, when it's performed for long periods, for example, cycling or running, endurance exercise, there is evidence that the amount of tryptophan in the blood increases as the levels of other amino acids fall. This tryptophan then enters the brain, increases the amount of serotonin, and this serotonin is thought to cause central fatigue. So there is some evidence that serotonin is involved in the fatigue that you experience during endurance exercise. Now, branched chain amino acids can be useful because they can, when we take them in a supplementary form, they go into our plasma and they compete with the tryptophan in our plasma to enter our brain across the blood-brain barrier using the large neutral amino acid transporter. And this prevents the tryptophan getting into the brain, and this reduces the production of serotonin, and this may delay fatigue in endurance exercise. So branched chain amino acid supplements may play a part in preventing fatigue in endurance athletes. The second reason we may want to take branched chain amino acids is to do with resistance training and building muscle. When we train, our muscles need a source of energy. And what they do is they actually break down the amino acids within their structure, including the branched chain amino acids, and they oxidize them as a fuel. In other words, your muscle fuels itself with its own structure. Now, this is obviously a catabolic process, and if you're trying to build muscle, it's counterproductive because you don't want your muscle to catabolize itself in order to fuel itself. You want it to fuel itself with exogenous fuels, so that as much of the skeletal muscle remains intact as possible. Now, there is evidence that if you take branched chain amino acids before, during, and after a workout, particularly weight training, the branched chain amino acids from an exogenous source, in other words, your diet, the supplement, will be oxidized preferentially over the branched chain amino acids in your muscle. And in this way, the catabolism of the muscle is prevented, and therefore you actually have more of an anabolic process over that period of time because there's less catabolism, the anabolism stays the same, and therefore you're actually helping to build muscle. So there are two ways that branched chain amino acids can be useful to athletes. One of them is primarily for endurance athletes, and the other is primarily for strength athletes or those athletes trying to build muscle. Now, obviously, there is the same catabolism of muscle during endurance events. So if you took branched chain amino acids during an endurance event, you would not only get the benefit of reducing fatigue, you would also get this anti-catabolic effect as well. Now, many people are aware of these effects and they take supplements of branched chain amino acids, which are available in tablets. The recommended amount to be able to prevent catabolism in muscle is between 5 and 10 grams, which is a lot. Is there a better way of actually obtaining branched chain amino acids than taking branched chain amino acids as tablets? Well, yes. If you take a supplementary whey protein, a 30-gram serving of whey protein contains about 5 grams of the 3 branched chain amino acids. So 2 servings, 60 grams, around a workout, maybe 1 serving before, 1 serving after, will provide you with near enough that 10 grams of branched chain amino acids. And it's much cheaper than taking supplementary tablets. If you take a whey protein instead of the branched chain amino acid tablets as well, you will get the other benefits of whey protein. Firstly, it will stimulate your immune system. Whey protein has been shown to have an immune stimulatory effect. And also, increasing the protein content of your diet will actually reduce your appetite. Protein has been shown to be a weight loss food, and therefore those people who are performing endurance events or resistance training in order to help their weight loss efforts and improve their physiques may actually find that they get a benefit of increased satiety. So therefore, I would recommend that if you're trying to improve your athletic performance, perhaps you're trying to get fitter, perhaps you're trying to lose some body fat, and perhaps you're trying to put on some skeletal muscle, I would suggest that you consider a branched chain amino acid supplement. The best way, the cheapest way to take a branched chain amino acid supplement is in the form of a whey protein. You get more bang for your bucks if you take it as a whey protein supplement. And I would take the supplement before an endurance event, because obviously the branched chain amino acids need to be in your plasma during your athletic performance if you're in an endurance event and want to prevent central fatigue. If you're taking the branched chain amino acids to prevent catabolism of muscle, you need to take the supplement before, during and after the event. Therefore, if you put the whey protein in a drink and you sip it while you're in the gym performing your weights, you should find that the supplementary branched chain amino acids do to some extent become oxidized, and that serves to protect your own skeletal muscle from breakdown, and that should help you with your muscle building efforts.